called the Central West End. And on this video today, we're going to talk about how to sell more tickets to your haunted house online. And that place right there is called Vintage Vinyl. And this is the Central West End, and you'll see these railroad tracks here. These railroad tracks, there's a trolley car that drives from one end to the other. And when you visit St. Louis for like the Transworld Halloween and Haunted House show, this is a cool place to come. There's restaurants, there's things to do, there's a lot of history here. And right here, this place right here, that's called Fritz's Root Beer. And that's like an incredible root beer, by the way. But they make it and bottle it while you're eating. So it's a restaurant, but it's also a place that makes root beer. So we're gonna like walk down this street here, and you see that place right there. It's called Vintage Vinyl. So the Transworld show has been in St. Louis for many years. And you hear people say, hey, we're getting tired of the same old. Well, come over here. And this street is famous for a lot of reasons. And you see there's this big street festival here today. But one of the reasons why this street is so popular is because of that place right there, the Blueberry Hill. That is a famous restaurant, collectible place. And it's where Chuck Berry, and that's Chuck Berry right there, okay, he played there like every month up until the time that he died. Literally, he played in a concert venue that's literally under that. And a lot of famous people have played there. A lot of famous people have visited there. And if you go inside of that place, you would be very happy you did, because there's a lot of collectibles in there. It's a place where you can go and eat, and you can play darts and whatnot. But they have a lot of collectibles. And this place is very iconic to St. Louis. It's called Blueberry Hill. And another thing that you're going to notice is this is also where the St. Louis Walk of Fame is. So famous people who were born or raised or whatever in St. Louis have a Walk of Fame. And look, none other than Nelly. And you'll see that there's a plaque right underneath it. It says he was born November the 2nd, 1974. And that's Nelly. And then here's the place. And they have all kinds of tens of thousands of dollars of collectibles. And they also, like I said, they have a really amazing, oh look, it says pinball. Woo! Go figure. I like pinball. But this is the place where Chuck Berry used to play. And if we look in the place, you'll see there's collectibles like everywhere. And we would go in there, but it's really busy. And this is a great place for you to come down. There's street artists, there's all kinds of stuff. You can see people in here eating. Neon lights like all over the place. And there is Stan Musial's star. And then who's over here? Bob Costas. Bob Costas is from St. Louis. And you can walk up and down the street on both sides, and you'll see, here's Tennessee Williams. He wrote, I think, Streetcar Desire. He's also buried in St. Louis, by the way. Let me see. Yeah, Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, were just a couple of his famous movies. And we're gonna walk down here a little bit, and you'll see that this is a very hip, trendy area of St. Louis. And it's also a place where there's a lot of really expensive houses and mansions and everything else. And you'll see a nice big gate right here. St. Louis has a lot of really nice downtown neighborhoods that are, like, let's face it, I mean, they're massive mansions. I mean, massive. And they'll all have these kind of like gates blocking the streets. And they always have these like really cool like entrances. And as you can see, lots of big trees, beautiful places everywhere. Very nice. A lot of architecture all over the place down here. Now, we're gonna kind of explore this area, and we're gonna talk about how to sell more tickets online as we walk and talk about the haunted house industry or it could just be attractions in general. How do you sell more tickets? Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention going to Fear Ticket. And Fear Ticket, in my opinion, is the best ticketing system because it really was created for haunted house owners. It does every kind of ticketing you can think of. And see, here's one of the cool things. A lot of the restaurants in here are so different. Like there's Middle East cuisine. Look at the people dressed over there. That's really cool. There is all kinds of restaurants here. All kinds of events are always happening. Very trendy area of St. Louis. We're gonna kind of get out on the street. But yes, go to fearticket.com. It is by far the least expensive and it has the most features. I mean, it's just not even a debate. So we use fearticket.com, but regardless of what ticketing company you use, there's El Maguey, that's a Mexican restaurant. Look at the architecture on this place. And do you see that right there? That's the Tivoli. And that is called the Tivoli Theater. And it is very cold here. It's essentially almost May. And it is cold. Look at all these cool places to shop. And you see it goes all the way down. There's a really cool hotel down there that you can stay at. And we'll walk all the way down there and talk about this. And there's Patty right there. Yo, Patty! Okay, and that Tivoli movie theater right there is absolutely beautiful inside.
Some guy was giving away free incense in the booth. They weren't even selling it. It's just free.
Oh, that's
I'm like, it's
amazing.
just free? He goes, yeah, take as many as you want.
Look at it, you get some tie-dyed right there.
Do you know what this is?
Incense.
No, the festival.
No, what is the festival?
It's the 420 Fest.
What does that mean?
420, the Cannabis Fest.
Oh, okay. And Patty, I was talking about this Tivoli Theater and how beautiful it is inside.
Yeah.
And look at this. Look at this. This box office out here. Tell me that isn't stunning. This is, look at this. Look how insane that is. It's like taking you right back into, you know, a whole nother century, a whole nother decade, another time and place in American culture. And it looks like there's...
It's a church now.
It's a church?
It's a church now.
It's no longer a theater.
You didn't know that?
No, I see that they're renovating in there. Look at that ceiling up there. It's crazy. But it really just kind of played art house movies. And, but anyway, so Patty, this video here is about walking around, looking at famous stars on the ground.
Oh, who's that? Shaw Gardens.
Henry Shaw is Shaw Gardens, which is a famous place here in St. Louis. It's actually rated one of the
Shaw Botanical.
The Shaw Botanical Gardens. It's rated one of the best botanical gardens in the whole entire world, honestly. Do I want to get a tattoo? No. But if I did, it would be with your name on it. So they got a band playing over here. They got all these like amazing restaurants and places to eat. But Patty, we're talking about how to sell more tickets online.
Oh.
You got any suggestions on that?
What have you told them already?
Nothing, because I don't know anything.
Oh, is that right?
But I will tell you that there's a lot of ways that you can raise revenue. Oh, she wants me to see something over here. Oh, okay. So we got 420 Fest t-shirts.
That's the t-shirt.
Yeah.
420 Fest.
There you go.
Right?
And look at that. Live glass blowing. Wow. Look at that. That's crazy. Huh. Hey, you know what's this place down here? Look at this, Patty. Look at this over here. Rebellion Customs Theater of Magic. Look at this. Spiritual readings. Look at this. You got a band in there playing. Look at that. They're banging away in there. Wow. custom apparel, sneakers, and there's a live band in there. So, as you know, we're making these videos because, you know, people have made comments about St. Louis, so I thought to myself, why not, like, try to help the haunted house industry and talk about cool things to do here in St. Louis that maybe you weren't aware of. And as you can see, this place down here is very hip, very trendy, very cool. And there's a sneaker store. But look at this. Turn around, Patty. Look at that. Look at that neon sign right there. And you come down here at night, they have trolley cars, they got neon signs. The place is very cool. And then here we got a really cool sneaker store where you can buy, you know, sneakers. If you're,
I love sneaker stores. Really?
I do. I know. I do like looking at them.
You're not going in?
Not right now. And there's an art store over there. And look at this, Peacock Loop Diner. Look at this place. Look at the tile on the floor.
Yeah,
Look at the, I mean, it's so cool. There's a single guy that owns most of this stuff down here. And look at how cool that is. And we don't want to go in there and bother everybody, but see, you got booths, and it's made to look like, you know, it's from the 1920s. It's very cool.
See, that's the guy that was giving away free incense right there. That guy.
Oh, okay.
See, right there.
By the way, I found Nellie's star, and my favorite boxer in the whole world. I used to be really popular, or I used to really like boxing. My favorite boxer was Leon and Michael Spinks because they're from St. Louis. And they're getting a star here next month. And Michael will be accepting for both Leon and Michael. And they're getting a star and a plaque right here on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. And you can come down here and just keep reading about famous St. Louisans, popular, whatever. Look at the architecture down here. It's like so Art Deco-ish. It's really kind of a mishmash. And they have Thai food right there. You can get Thai food. But we're here to talk about look at this. Look at that. Maxine Waters, Patty, the congresswoman.
Is she from St. Louis?
Who lives in Los Angeles. She represents Los Angeles in the area. Yeah, and she's born in St. Louis.
How you doing, bro? What, you a vlogger?
Oh, no.
Oh, you just taking recording?
Yeah.
I'm just asking up for the angle. I got a podcast, that's why I asked.
And so then you have a really cool wine store here. And you know, we can just keep going. And that place right there is called Mission Taco, and it's very popular as well. But anyway, we're going to talk about selling more tickets online, or trying to increase your revenue by selling tickets online. One of the most important things that you need to make sure, whatever ticketing company that you use, you need to make sure that you can keep the service fees. Because if you can't keep the service fees, you need to dump that ticketing company. There's a lot of ticketing companies out there that try to trick you and say, oh no, ours is free. It's free. You know, we charge your customer. No, they don't. They're making money off your customers when you should make it yourself. So whenever you're using a ticketing company, make sure you use a ticketing company that allows you to keep the service fees. Don't get tricked into thinking it's free. There's nothing free. They're charging your customer $4, $5, $6 as a service fee. You know, when you go to like,
They might not be charging that much, bro.
oh no, they are. There's a gyro place and
It's a
coffee
year.
place
It's a year.
and a Thai country cafe. Okay, there's all kinds of places to eat down here. But no, they do. And they try to charge your customers a lot of money, and that's how they make money. So you want to make sure you keep those service fees, because I can tell you, like last year, you can keep your price of your tickets low. Like let's say you charge $30. Well, you charge $30, but you add on like a $3 service fee. Now it's $33. And I'll tell you another thing that you really need to do when you're selling tickets online is you need to charge tax. Why should you pay the tax? For years, haunted houses was just included, and they had that bad habit of doing that because you always would take cash, and you can't take pennies and quarters and nickels. So people would include the tax in the price. But we learned that it was good to charge tax.
Yeah, well, and on top of it, like if you go with a company where you're in charge of your own online convenience fee, you're gonna make at minimum $1 per ticket. So if you're selling 50,000 tickets a season, that's $50,000 in your pocket. If you got 25,000 attendance in a season, that's still $25,000 in your pocket. So a lot of people are really missing out on that.
Look at that beautiful church over there. See that? There are so many awesome places to come in St. Louis. You just got to get off of Washington Street, I can tell you. And look at this. We got a chicken place. Look at that. Chicken out like a mother clucker, it says.
Chicken Out's the same, you know that that place that is expanding beyond the St. Charles. You did the St. Charles video. Well, Chicken Out's going to be in there as well.
Oh, okay.
The St. Charles, streets of St. Charles, that's funny.
Yeah, and by the way, Patty, if you see any cool, oh, look at this. Robert Duvall. He attended high school at Principalia in St. Louis and graduated, Robert Duvall, who was in The Godfather, lived in St. Louis. There you have it. I didn't even know that. So anyway, what I was saying, and check this place out. We're gonna look at this right here. Patty, look at this right here. Pin-up ball. Again, trying to focus like you're in the 1920s. And let's take a look at this. I just want to see it. Look at that lobby. Look at this. Oh, sorry. And look at this. Look at all this memorabilia. The bowling balls. Oh, and it smells good in here too, I'll tell you that. Look at these historic bowling balls. Barbie dolls. It is so Art Deco in here. And there you go. Little bowling alley. Is this not beautiful?
It's cool.
Yeah, and like this is just another place that people didn't know
like
about.
This is a place where you order a martini.
Yeah. It's very, very cool in here. And look at that. The TV screens, those are from like, the 70s and 80s, the big gigantic ones. Not like the modern, like thinner TVs. Wow. This place is off the chain. I'm not gonna lie. It is very cool. And it's right here. Look at these lamps, Patty. I mean, that is like a vintage Art Deco.
Love it.
Yeah. Everything is done so well, so detailed. And look at the counter right there. It's made out of bowling pins.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's very nice. There's another one over there.
Yeah.
So, what I was saying is we make our way down, and if you walk out here at night, you can see there's like another neon sign up there. This is a very beautiful place to come to. Look at it, if you want a tuxedo.
Right there.
Yeah, and then we're gonna walk down to the pageant. But what I was saying was, you gotta make sure that on the tickets, the biggest way that you can actually increase revenue by a lot is to make sure that you're keeping the service fee, because people expect to pay service fees now.
Like I know a Pennsylvania that's charging $8 per ticket online convenience fee.
So when you look online and it says, oh, the ticket's $30, but then when you add on tax and convenience fees and whatever, it goes way up. But it still makes it seem like, your first price is a lot lower. Now, do you see that big globe up there? Creative Vision did that. Looks like a planet. And look at that beautiful neon sign that says Moonrise Hotel. So you could actually stay here instead of staying like on Washington Street. And then look what we got over there, games and collectibles and whatnot. And this is right here, not far from the convention center, by the way. And look at the hotel. It's like everything this guy does, and he pretty much owns like half of this street, if not the whole thing. Everything he does is like, here, look, here's another case right here here, come on in here, Penny. Look at this, more display cases. Look at that. He's got the robot from, what was that movie, Planet? Man, it's escaping me. It had Leslie Nielsen in the movie, but look at this. Look at this place. Look how beautiful it is. It's so outstanding, and it has a parking garage. And look at the furniture's Art Deco. Everything's Art Deco. It's very beautiful. And just take a look at it. More display cases with toys. Look at that. He's got Moonrise Hotel. He's got all kinds of posters. Look at the stairs. Art Deco furniture everywhere. And that is the Central West End. And that's what this place is all about, right down here. And look at this. We got more toys in here. Space stuff. Because the hotel is space themed. This guy collects a lot of toys and collectibles. Look at this thing. What is that? A radio, a time machine, something Frankenstein would use? I don't know. Definitely something very spacey for sure. And then we have a place over here, another dispensary place, and you'll see more neon signs, and they just build all the way down. This place is absolutely amazing. And so what I was saying on the ticketing is there's new ways too for you to with technology. You're able to do time ticketing, and that can help control when people come to your attraction. Let me just say that I think it's a bad thing now to have a big line out front. Would you not agree, Patty?
We don't want to sway. It depends on if you can see the line from the street. That would make a difference.
I think people want more convenience, and they're willing to pay for it. Another thing that we added to our online ticketing was a immediate access pass. That means you buy this ticket, you can come in immediately. And you know, we were charging $60, people were buying it, we raised it. People would pay it. I mean, it's insane. But one of the things I want to say about ticketing is what we did last year, which I thought was like amazing. We only sold a lot of speed passes, and we only charged an extra $10 online to get one. And we didn't hardly sell any speed passes this year because we offered two types of tickets. One ticket was a general admission, and you had to pick a time and a date to come, and that was time ticketing. But what we did is we said, for an extra $5, you can use that ticket any night that we're open. Half the people bought that ticket. So instead of paying, say, $30 for a ticket plus a service fee plus taxes, they also paid the $5 because they wanted, that was like a ticket insurance. So I've seen some people using ticket insurance. And let's go across the street, Patty, so we can see how cool this pageant is. This pageant is like a very famous place, and I'm not 100%, but like Nirvana might have played here, but I know they played a place called Mississippi Nights in St. Louis, which is on Laclede's Landing. But like a lot of famous bands played right here at this place called The Pageant. And let's take a look at this. You can see it. And again, the guy's obsessed with making everything look Art Deco, neon signs, and the whole shebang. And that's the actual real neon. You can see that is neon. That's not LED. That's the real McCoy right there. And that is a huge concert venue. I think it holds about 1,500-ish people. And then as you see, like, they got really trendy apartments and whatnot. You coming over, Patty? Come on over, Patty. You're safe. Come on. You know what she's doing. She's Pokemoning. That's what she's doing. But anyway, so let me just say a couple more things here about online ticketing. So we offered, I've seen a lot of people offering online insurance. Well, because we did the $5 deal, like nobody would buy like insurance. I don't think anybody wants to buy insurance for a haunted house ticket. I think it just clutters up the ticketing page. What I do think is good is just say, hey, if you pay an extra $5, you can use this ticket any night of the year. So if you're worried about doing online ticketing with a time ticket, meaning like you're worried that somebody might not buy a ticket because they're not sure 100% that they're going to come, then you offer a service. And for an extra fee, they can use that ticket any night. So like, oh, I'm gonna come tonight, but change of plans, I'm not coming now. That's okay, because your ticket is an any night ticket. So about 50% of everybody who bought a ticket last year paid the extra $5 to basically have ticket insurance that they could use the ticket any night they wanted. The other half bought a time ticket. And time ticketing is really cool because it helps control like when people show up. So it did help, but it didn't help a ton because half the people bought the any night ticket. So they paid an extra $5. So think about it this way. If my first price was $30 and I had a $3 service fee plus tax, we're up in the $35 range. And then you add on half the people bought a ticket, for any night, so that adds another $2.50. So we're real close to $40. So it's like the people paid an average of about $40 a person. That's significant, and that's significant revenue for your haunted attraction. And it's all done through the systems of ticketing. There's also another way that you could do ticketing, and I didn't do it, but I would say that about 80% of the people, if they buy their ticket today, like meaning on a Saturday, they plan on coming tonight. And so like on your busiest days, you can offer dynamic ticketing. And that means that on your busiest day, the price goes up. And if you're trying to encourage people to come on a Thursday, you can drop the price, but that ticket would only be good for that day. And so that's another way to do it. But you know what? What really worked for me was doing the ticketing where we have time ticketing, and your ticket is only good for this day at this time. But for $5 more, you can basically have ticket insurance, and your ticket was good all the way up through the last night we were open. And the ticket allows you to come at any time, but it doesn't mean that you can come and get in the haunt, because there was also a speed pass option. Now this is the other thing I would say about online ticketing. Whatever ticketing service you use, and all of this was built into Fear Ticket, but you really need to make sure that that your ticket.
You know that Fear Ticket has a new feature this year. So if you're using its box office solution, which you don't have to use the online portion,
and it's free.
And it's free. The box office solution is 100% free. But if you use it, there's a feature that you can round down. You can still charge taxes at your window, and just plug it in to round down the taxes, and then you still don't have to deal with pennies, nickels, and dimes. I think it's a great way.
The other thing that's cool about Fear Ticket is the scanning, the way you scan. And that's the biggest part, the scanning capability, because you could literally have 50 people. You could go into the back end and make 50 accounts, logins. You could have every Tom, Dick, and Harry, your kids, your wife, your niece, your nephew, all with head of security. Anybody could like jump in and help scan. And that's really the coolest thing, and it scans so fast.
So fast.
And I recommend on Fear Ticket that you just go and buy brand new iPhones, and then just turn them on. So you have a data plan, even if you have Wi-Fi, so you can't miss. You have it either way. The other cool thing about Fear Ticket is always downloading the tickets. And so even when the Wi-Fi is not working good, or the data plan isn't working very good, the Fear Ticket already has all of those people's tickets built in, like your phone already knows. So it still scans fast, even with a lot of people there. But the other thing, when we sell tickets, we like to do a lot of upcharge. And one of the things that we did on Fear Ticket was we sold t-shirts, correct?
Yeah.
So, and how many t-shirts do you think we sold? Pre-sold. Will you stop poking? She is so ridiculous.
I have no idea.
But we sold a lot.
I have no idea.
We sold a lot. So we gave them like a slight discount to buy the ticket in advance, and they got a ticket for that, and they would bring it to the ticket booth or the gift store, and they would redeem it, and they would get a t-shirt. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
And like when you do a special event like Krampus or Valentine's, and you're going to offer like a special edition t-shirt, it's really cool to
You can upsell anything.
You can upsell anything.
A pretzel, a beer.
Of course you can. Now I will tell you the things that we upsold. we have 3 haunts in St. Louis, so we could upsell other haunts. But like say with Fear Ticket, for example, you and one other haunt where you happen to be really good friends could sell a combo ticket. And then they would be able to scan your tickets and vice versa. And you can do that with Fear Ticket, but with our deal, you could buy a combo ticket to Lamp, Darkness, and Creepy World, or you could just buy a ticket to Lamp and Darkness, and you saved like $5 or something like that.
If you're working with another local haunt, you could easily do each of you sell. I mean, if you know,
online, and you expose to the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Let's say you're in a market like Detroit, and there's like 40 haunts. Why don't 3 or 4 or 5 of you get together and say, hey, let's make an account on Fear Ticket.
The reporting will clearly show.
Yeah, and exactly.
How many were sold.
Yeah, exactly. And you can just like say, hey, we're all gonna like promote this. We're gonna sell tickets on our own, but we're also gonna sell a combination ticket where you can go to 5 haunts in Detroit and you'll get a ticket for each one. You could do that with Fear Ticket, and it would be a great deal. But when we talk about upsell, we upsell our 5-minute escape rooms.
Yep.
We upsell our other haunts.
Yep.
We upsell T-shirts.
Correct.
We upsell speed passes and immediate access passes.
Yep.
Correct. So all of these things are built into when we're selling tickets online. Am I incorrect here? Am I missing anything? What else did we upsell?
That's it.
Well, I mean, you could upsell anything, as Penny said. And so whenever you're selling tickets online, let me give you a few tips on how to get people to buy tickets online. Well, on your ticketing page, and one of the great things about Fear Ticket actually is I don't promote my website anymore. And because Fear Ticket, you're able to create a username. So like I am scarefest.fearticket.com, and that will get indexed by Google, and sometimes it comes up before my regular website, does it not?
Fear Ticket does a great job.
You make a landing page, and it'll give you directions. For example, if you buy tickets, you can press from the phone, you can press directions, and it will literally give you directions right to, and as you can see the pageant in the back, it'll give you directions right to it. So like after you buy the tickets, you can map it, you can go there. But one of the things that I would say that's really cool about selling tickets online, and one of the ways that you can increase the amount of people who buy online, because honestly, you'd like to get to like 90% or more, or 100 for that matter, because you know exactly how many people are coming, you have a really good idea, it's all electronic. There's just so many benefits to it. And then you have the opportunity to upsell. So like when you're in a real ticket booth and you're trying to explain to them the 5-10 things they could buy, it takes forever. Our ticket booths on site are down to just 1 ticket seller at all locations.
On even the busiest nights.
We're
selling so many online. And we make more money off of each one sold online versus at the box office window with the fees. So might as well.
And you know what one of the benefits are to selling tickets online is you get their contact information so that you can do marketing. You can directly market to those people down the line. And that is one of the most beneficial things to your business. But how do you get more people to buy online? I'm going to explain it to you. Number 1, okay, don't promote your website anymore. I don't promote my website at all. I mean, it's on Google, it's connected to my Google page, and all this, but don't promote your website anymore. If you're using a ticketing system like Fear Ticket and you're able to name your haunt, like let's say your Nightmare, you can literally, that's probably available on Fear Ticket, and you can just have nightmares.fearticket.com. So whenever I post on social media, I only give the ticketing page, because the Fear Ticket has all the information on it. It has warnings, it has times, dates, it has the tickets, obviously, it has directions, it has links to all the social media, it has everything. So what else do I need? So I only promote the ticketing page. Why? Because why do I want to send them to my website to like click on 8 buttons? I want them to buy a ticket, okay? And then you can also put like pixels on your ticketing page that you can put right into the back end of Fear Ticket, and then you put those, and then the Fear Ticket will follow them around as they visit different websites, and you can follow them around and hit them with ads saying, hey, you left your tickets unsold. But so tip number 1 is promote the ticketing page, right, Patty? Not the website. People still go to the website, but we only promote, like if I'm making a post on Facebook, just to make a post on Facebook, okay, I say, hey, get your tickets now at scarefest.fearticket.com. So that's the number one way that you can encourage people to buy tickets online. Number two, on my website, when they click on the information page about buying tickets, we tell them to buy online because it speeds up the process. We let them know that the longest line is to buy tickets, and so that if you buy tickets online in advance, you save half the time of waiting. And that really encourages people to buy their tickets online. Now here's another tip for you. At the location itself, we have signs up that says, that say you don't have to wait in line, you can buy your tickets with your phone. So if we have a really long ticket line, we'll literally walk out there with a bullhorn and we'll say, buy your tickets right now, and you can go right in. And we just tell them, go to scarefest.fearticket.com. You don't have to have an HTTP, nothing. You just put in scarefest.fearticket.com. It'll go right to the ticketing page. They buy the ticket. And I think Fear Ticket's the only one that does SMS, so it'll text you or it'll email you. So it'll do both.
It'll do both. It's not either or, it does both.
It does both. So they'll get the ticket right into their text or email. Because a lot of people don't use email anymore.
Did you know that I was talking to Naren about how currently I export my phone numbers off, Fear Ticket from my prior customers and import them into a text program. So I told him, can't you just create a text program that I can utilize and pay extra to you rather than export and then import? And so that's something he's going to be working on for, and then like a mass email, right? A lot of people use Reachmail or some other mass email, and you have to export your emails and then import them into. So Naren's just going to create that himself, and you can use it. You don't have to use it. It'll be a small upsell if you do use it, just like if you were going to use a Reachmail or text send or something like that.
Yeah, and another really cool feature of Fear Ticket is that if somebody wants to add onto their order, they literally can get onto their Fear Ticket when they bought the tickets, and they can add a speed pass, like boom, and then it goes right into your account. The great thing too about Fear Ticket is, the money goes directly into your account. You put in whatever service you want to use, and it takes everything, like from Venmo down, your bank, it doesn't matter. Or you can use, it's the only one that I think that is integrated with Stripe, so you can set that up right there on Fear Ticket. But when it comes to selling tickets online,
well, you don't even need. Now we have an in-house processor to use if you'd like as well. And actually, the in-house processor is the most has the most fraud protection, because if it's not, you know who to call. Naren,
and Fear Ticket gives
right?
you like fraud information. You can go into anybody's ticketing purchase, and they'll give you a PDF. You pull it up so you can send it to the credit card company or whatever. It does all that for you.
But you would have to do the ticketing thing and then also go into Stripe or Card Connect or Authorize or whatever you're using, or PayPal, and pull their side too. So you'd actually want to pull both to get a real, well, not if you use the in-house one. If you use the in-house processor, then it's just one click and it gets everything.
So anyway, we wanted to make this video to help you make more money selling tickets online. And don't be afraid to print signs to say you could avoid this ticket line, and you just give the link. Like for me, it's scarefest.fearticket.com. That's it. I can even make announcements.
We also have a QR code.
We also have a QR code, and that's something everybody needs to learn about.
We have an A-frame with a QR code that says just buy tickets.
Yeah, you don't even want to tell them the URL. It's just a QR code, and you're done. And we've done that at the exits of all of our haunted houses with social media and everything else. But selling tickets online, you're able to get information from your customers. You're able to better serve them, and then you're able to upcharge a lot of things. And you can create so much more revenue selling tickets online.
And now we have High Ticks powered by Fear Ticket. So if you have
a family fun center.
Yeah, if you have a family fun center or some other business that you sell tickets to, and you thought, well, I don't want two different ticketing companies, and I think Fear Ticket's better, but I need to use whatever because it's more generic. Well, now you can just use the name High Ticks.
And we hope you don't think this was like a big sales pitch for Fear Ticket, but our experiences with Fear Ticket, we used to use interactive, not as good, not even close, and it charges more than Fear Ticket. And so at the end of the day, give us a ring at Fear Ticket, but this wasn't a sales ad for Fear Ticket. I am telling you, whatever ticketing system you do use, make sure that you can keep the service fee, or it's a no-go. And it's got to have like cool features and cool landing pages. And I think one of the coolest features is you need to be able to name your, to make it really easy for your customers. Another thing that Fear Ticket does, and I think some other ticketing do as well, is you can embed it onto your website. But I actually feel it's just better to say, go to nightmare@fearticket.com and you're done. But remember, all social media posts, don't promote your website anymore, just promote your ticketing page. It's that simple. But if it's a ticketing company where like literally it's like this.com forwards, 59 dash this, that, and the other, like don't go with that ticketing company.
Yeah,
Never.
Never.
Go with a ticketing company where you can name your URL and keep it nice and clean and simple.
Yes.
And so you can tell your customers go to, like whenever I do radio ads or any kind of ad whatsoever, we give them the URL for the ticketing page, not necessarily the link to the actual website, because I think that's the future, is you go send them right to the ticketing page, and just give them all the information right there and go. So we wanted to thank you for walking with us today here in St. Louis. Another awesome place that you can come visit and hang out and stop whining about Washington Street and nothing to do. We're taking you around St. Louis. We're sharing information with you. We're helping you help your own business make more money. And I can tell you right now, service fees last year for me, I made about $125,000 on service fees. Okay? And if I would have used another...
Plus tax?
No, that's not plus tax. And by adding tax, that saved me $150,000 roughly. So, and by the way, I don't even charge the full tax because I'm afraid people won't pay it, because in the city of St. Louis, it'd be around 15-16%. So I'm only charging 8% or 9% or whatever it is. You can charge whatever percent you want, but that's money in the pocket. You're collecting it, you're paying, and it's not coming out of your ticketing price. But people expect to pay tax. They expect now to pay service fees. This is all part of the game now. So make sure when you're picking a ticketing company that this is what you do. And we're going to make another video. We're going to go to some more cool places right here in St. Louis, right, Patty?
Yep.
Maybe Shaw's Garden. Because when you come to the Haunt Show, you can explore the city. There's all kinds of things to do. And the nice thing about St. Louis in March is it's usually around 50-60 degrees. Really nice to wear your haunted house hoodies and travel around and see things.
Like you're wearing right now.
Like I'm wearing right now. Patty's not. She's not sporting, but I am.
Hey, you should have print jackets like this.
But there's a lot of cool places to go, a lot of cool places to see, and St. Louis is a really nice place. You will like it, especially if you get out just a little bit. So make sure you watch all of our walking and talking videos, because we're sharing information. We're trying to help your business. That's the goal. And we're showing you cool places and things to do here in St. Louis. And by the way, this place right here is not far from the convention center. Maybe 10 minutes or so. And look at the waterfall and that pole. Like that is something else. Very beautiful. And of course, you can walk the St. Louis Walk of Fame. Elizabeth Keckley. Don't know who that is, but tell them goodbye, Patty.
Goodbye, Patty.
Until the next video.
Until the next video.
Maybe it's a little warmer next time.
Maybe.
From the Delmar Loop here in St. Louis at the Moonrise Hotel. Take care.